Jay Woodwolf. Welcome to Cauldron Brew. And Julie.
Hello. Had to get situated.
They changed up the platform. I was confused for a minute.
You did. That's why I was looking where all my the mute and turn everything off was. And I noticed my thing's glitching again.
You're coming in clear.
Okay. Because it's glitching here, so I don't know. Because before we went live, it was fine. Now it's like doing that weird thing.
I see. Yeah, a little bit. So you wanted to talk about Yule and the winter solstice tonight.
I figured, it's... Oh, I forget how many days before the winter solstice. But I keep seeing the things going for I think it's 10 days now till Christmas. So figure why not just talk
to the winter solstice.
Is it 6? Okay. So I figured why not just, talk about just the different things that revolve around this time of year, for the different traditions and what we do and, how you celebrate it and how I celebrate it. Just different things like that.
Why don't you start?
Something different. Why don't I? Oh, no, you get to this time.
All right. I don't really do much anymore.
You guys put up a tree or anything or decorate or?
I don't.
You don't put no greenery, no nothing?
No, that's just, for me, it's a time to relax. I don't really.
Right.
This year I'm going to be doing a ritual by myself.
Right.
So I haven't thought about what I'm going to be doing yet. I haven't wrote it out. I haven't had any thoughts on it, but I want to do a ritual by myself.
Right. Because I don't know if Jason's going to do one this year, not for his, because he's with him being Norse.
Yeah.
But because I don't do rituals, so. But
right.
I know with it's with here because with my grandson and everything. But I've always had I've with growing up, it was always the Christmas. That's how I still refer to it as Christmas, and especially I've always gotten in the spirit. I always have trees up. Evergreens, just the whole house is decorated and everything. And then especially now with my grandson 2.5, I've slowly been doing more and more because I just wanted a winter wonderland for him, because just seeing the magic through a children's eyes, just how they light up and seeing all that, it just makes it worth it. Plus it's relaxing to sit there when I'm writing, and because I have the tree now instead of the family room in the living room. So that way when I'm sitting there and just with all the lights are off and you just have the nice twinkle lights on the tree, it's just relaxing.
Yeah, I think most of us grew up with Christmas, and I just haven't thought about how to separate all of that from Yule. I haven't really sat down and thought about how to separate everything. Well, because I want to come up with my own tradition for it, Yule or winter solstice, and
right.
Because putting up the tree it just reminds me of too much of Christmas, and I'm trying to separate myself from Christmas. So I want to try to figure out.
It's an ancient tradition even before Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's just, with the greenery, because it's supposed to, anything with the greenery wards off anything evil.
Yeah.
That's why they would bring in, stuff like that. So that's what's hard, is because a lot of the Yule practices was incorporated into Christmas.
Yeah. Like the mistletoe was actually a druid thing, and they would go out there with the golden sickle and cut it down, and they would use it during their winter solstice rites.
Right. Well, yeah. So it's to where that would be hard to separate it.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I guess, the way you would have to put it in your mind.
Yeah. I have to separate it here.
Yeah, because, Christmas is not a new tradition, but it's, it's a lot of the Yule stuff. So it's just, I guess, how you want to look at it and everything else.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, everything is tied into Christmas, and I don't like.
Yeah. See, I guess I don't think of it as Christmas, because, growing up with the church, and I don't see it as that. I just see it as a time to, with the family and just the festiveness and just bringing back certain traditions that have, been around for ages, and just enjoying it, and just with the homeness it brings for me.
When I was a kid, we all used to get together at my grandparents', and, it was, my mom is the oldest of 5, and it would be, my mom with her two sisters and her two brothers and all of their kids and all of us would be at grandma's for Christmas dinner, Christmas gifts, and all the. But when they passed away, that kind of went. We haven't done that since the '90s. So
Yeah. Yeah, I remember doing that Christmas Eve, going to Christmas Mass, and then going to my grandparents' house because it was also because my grandfather was born on the 25th. So the Christmas Eve we would celebrate his birthday and everything
mhm.
with all that, and then Christmas Day was always at home. So, but then it's to where as time went on, I took over, having the
Uh-huh.
dinners with the kids. My son comes here, then my mom, and have everybody here for that. Which I don't mind. I actually enjoy that, getting the family together and trying to keep some tradition going.
Right. We don't do that anymore. I mean, we just like I'm driving out to Bay City for Christmas to was that Christmas Eve? Yeah, we're doing it Christmas Eve. And then we're driving back towards this way to visit my other sister for Christmas Day, and then we're coming home. So it's like that don't
It's
it
all
is
over the
what it is.
place.
But yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what we're doing.
right.
Christmas this holiday season isn't what it used to be. That's for damn sure.
Well, the older we get, never is. Just
No,
has how certain things change, and
people
it just
people change, and
the
like I said, when I was a
circumstances
kid, I
just
used to see my cousins and aunts and uncles, and I don't see them no more. So hell,
right.
we don't even
Oh
see
yeah.
them during the year.
Nope. Oh no. The old traditions with family and that when they pass away, it just seems to stop.
Yeah,
Instead of keeping it going. That's why with me, everyone coming here, as my grandson gets older, I want him to, because they come here Christmas Eve, then they go to her ma's Christmas Day.
yeah,
So, trying to keep some of the traditions going. So when he gets older, he's, wants to always, hang out with Oma.
right. I guess it's good that we have those memories of getting together with family.
Oh yeah,
So
because that's
that's
usually what,
something.
when we get older, that's what, to me, keeps the spirit alive,
Yeah,
is everything that you grew up with all the good memories, and you want to keep recreating them for like the next generation,
yeah,
with your sister's kids and stuff like that. And then with me, with my kids, even though they're older, I still try to keep, the Christmas cookies, decorating of the tree. So, when I'm no longer here, they have those memories for their kids. And then it just keeps going like that, just keeping the
hmm
traditions alive.
yeah. And nowadays, it seems like it's just getting harder and harder to do.
Well, to a point, it's just, because everything is so hectic and crazy, and no one wants to stop and take the time. And,
Yeah,
you know, that's the one thing I noticed is for quite a while, everyone would just say happy holidays, because they didn't want to say Merry Christmas or anything. When we grew up, it was always Merry Christmas,
yeah,
how people would. And then because I volunteer at the one store where all my stuff's at, and it's nice because so many people now are saying Merry Christmas. It's just nice to see that part coming back, because our town's mainly a Christian, so we're not going to
right.
get Happy Yule,
No,
except for
I get.
amongst the pagans.
I either get Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, one of the two.
Right.
That's the
But I'm
two that I
noticing more and
hear.
more people are finally saying Merry Christmas. Because for quite a while it was just Happy Holidays. And it's like, no, Merry Christmas.
They would say, Merry Christmas, and then I'll say Happy Solstice, and they look at me funny, and I just walk.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because most people don't pay attention to that.
No,
Well, the Christians and all that don't even, go with that. So most of them. There's some that do. But
yeah.
so I just, I
There's
just
a
reply back.
there's a small Muslim community here, and like there's a few Muslims that I work with, and they don't celebrate Christmas because Christ is not
It's
part of
not their
their.
thing.
No.
Right.
And, one thing that I learned is they don't talk to outsiders about their religion like Christians do.
No, it's all, from what I've seen and stuff, it's all inner base.
Hmm.
They keep it amongst themselves.
Yep, and that's the way it
Most
should be.
most religions do, except
Yeah.
for Christians. They
Yep.
like to ram it down people's throats.
Yep.
All forms of it, like Jehovah's and everything else.
Sure do.
It's like, I'm going to start going around and let's talk about, demonotry. And, I think we all need a little bit of that in our life. Since, you believe in the devil and I don't, so
Right.
about, we'll talk about what I do believe in,
Right.
Let's have a little session on that.
Oh, they don't like that. Like when they say, "Oh yeah, you could tell me about yours, and I'll tell you about mine," and they're like, "No." I was like, "Why be selfish?"
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just all about them. It's just like that one time, because I always had Jehovah's coming here. And growing up, Roman Catholic, I had to know the Bible backwards and forwards. Everything through. I knew the church backwards and forwards. And so I could sit there and talk with them, no problem, And I would always find discrepancies. So, and then what got them finally to stop, because I was trying everything, to get them to stop, besides just tell them to go away, because I actually liked having the debates.
Mm-hmm.
Not me, I don't like debating at all. And they, would sit there. And the one time that they said that Halloween was the devil's holiday and it made God mad,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, they're like, don't you think so? And I'm like, do you really think God cares that a bunch of children having fun, dressed up, keeping the evil away, getting candy is going to anger him? I'm like, are you stupid? I'm like, you think he is? I'm like, doesn't he have better things to do than worrying about? So as long as you're not harming yourself or others, do you think God's really going to care?
Right.
And they just, we got to go. I've never heard from them again.
Yeah.
And it's been a couple of years. I'm like, did I finally shut them up? So.
I could go on a tangent about that, but I won't.
Well, no, it's where, with so many holidays, that's like why with Yule, Christmas, and the winter solstice, everything, it's, everyone celebrates their own way.
Yep.
And, even with Christmas, it's all pagan roots. It just has a different name.
Right. A lot of the different religions have a holiday at this time of year. The Jewish people have Hanukkah. Muslims have some kind of fasting thing going on. Of course, we got Yule, or, in the Druids, they got El Ben Arthon. It's winter solstice, Christmas. It's like many different religions have different things going on. Just be respectful of each other's beliefs and move on.
Yeah. That's just it. It cracks me up. I have one neighbor across the street. She put a pentagram up on her front door for Christmas. To me, it's pretty.
Right.
But it's amazing how many Christians don't realize they have a big pentagram. It looks like it's a star, but it has like the actual pentagram with the circle around it up on the door. And I just smile. I'm like, how many Christians are actually...
They don't realize.
No, but it just makes me smile every time I see it. I'm like, yep, you snub your nose at our traditions and our way of life.
It.
Yeah, and they're using it for decoration, celebrating it, just like putting up the Christmas trees and everything else, putting up the evergreen stuff all over the place, and the star on the tree and the mistletoe and the sleigh bells, which is the witches' bells. It's just like, okay.
The mistletoe comes out of Druidry. The Yule log comes out of the Norse. Ways.
Yeah, and the Norse would do all the greenery and stuff, and then they would. I'm just gonna say, I don't know another name. I can't remember the name for it, but like the Christmas tree, they would after certain time they would take it out and burn it and stuff, and it's each section is really interesting to reading how they celebrate it, to where to know where Christmas came from, basically, roots of it.
They have no clue. They don't want to know. Even if they did try to tell them, they're not going to listen. They're going to, oh, you're lying.
It's just like there's one little snippet, but they don't listen. Even their Bible has so many things to where, they always say you're going to hell.
Right.
and you bring it up, you're like, where does it say that in the Bible? But because they're so focused on what their Bible says or what they're being told,
They
that
don't
when you
even
do
listen to
bring
the
the truth,
Bible.
no, they don't. They don't even listen to the Bible. They just think, okay, I went to church, I absolved my sins, I said, confession, I gave money to the church, I'm absolved of all sins. For the rest of the week, I can treat people like shit, and
Right.
do everything else. That's why it's to where with this holiday, I just, I like being festive. I have my little jingle bell earrings, and I always wear my Christmas sweaters, and I just have fun.
Yeah.
It's just like in the store, I made the witch balls and stuff, but people are looking at it. They're like, "These are pretty ornaments." I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Why is it
Yep.
called witch balls?" And I'm just like, "It's just the name of them that I create." I'm like, "They can be ornaments. You can hang them on your tree because they have the crystals in them, but a lot of them are the dried herbs and all this stuff in them. They are really pretty. So it's
Go
like,
ahead,
hang
take
them
my
on your tree."
balls.
I'm not saying that, but no, it's to where they just, because I just been slowly integrating my witch stuff into
Yeah.
the store. And it's to where but I just call it metaphysical. I have my sage and rosemary. I have the witch balls. I have pendulums. I have, it's going like hotcakes. So is my crystals. I've been putting those in there, and just, all the different things I've been slowly, I have tarot card bags in there, and I've just been slowly adding it in and just, getting that part going. They just look at it, and they're just like, because it's in with my books and everything with my candles. So they're incorporating into the fantasy mythical realm because I have a
You
lot
know
of
what?
books with witches in it. Hey,
Hey,
why
that's
not?
part of the magic.
It's getting out there. People are getting
Yep.
the stuff. And I
Yep.
have
That's
that candle dressing oils. I even have because the healing, the protection and stuff. And I noticed the money one has been going good. But I have one even in there that's for Lilith. And it's sitting right there, so it's to where people are looking at it. I'm just like, do your research on Lilith. It's not who you think she's not who you think she is.
right.
So they just sort of look and they're like, okay. I'm just like, yeah, and we know that won't happen.
No.
They just hear that because from the Jewish, because it came from them. Well, everything from Christianity came from Jewish. Besides what they stole from the pagans, they took a lot of the Hebrew text, converted it to what they wanted.
Yep.
There you go. I swear, it's just like they stole from them too.
Yep. They stole from everybody just to create their own thing.
Yep.
I also be seeing on YouTube that even Christians would be attacking Jewish people for not believing in Christ.
Seriously,
That
I
is
can't
what
wrap
it
my head
is.
around that one.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But they do.
Yeah. The church has gotten these people's heads a little too full of nonsense.
Yep. Do you have anything more to add to the Yuletide talks?
No, not really.
No?
Do you?
No, I think we covered everything.
We always do from A to Z, even off topic. We do. That's what's nice.
It's been about 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's about our usual time.
Yeah.
Yeah, close to it. 28 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yep. 26 minutes, 25 minutes. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Okay.